Alone and desperate, Amelia was abandoned in a relentless storm with just a bit of food. The settlers had moved on, leaving her to face the icy winds. No companionship. No protection. Just endless white and howling gusts. She sank to the ground, ready to surrender. But then, breaking through the blizzard, a Navajo warrior appeared, steady, powerful, and watching her intently. She believed it was the end. But destiny had other plans. Before we begin, tell us where you're watching from and subscribe if you believe that fate always finds a way. Amelia sat on the wooden wagon, her eyes fixed on the horizon. The group of settlers moved slowly across the rough path. Dust rose around them and the wheels creaked with each turn. Her heart was heavy, filled with memories of her husband. He had passed away only months before, leaving her alone and expecting their first child. Now she was with strangers, heading west in search of a new life. The journey was hard. Each day was the same, full of endless walking and the sound of weary footsteps. The sun was hot during the day and the nights were cold. Amelia felt the weight of her growing belly, a constant reminder of the new life within her. The other settlers were kind but distant. Everyone was focused on survival, their minds on the promise of land and opportunity ahead. Amelia's mind often drifted back to her husband, Henry. He was a kind man, full of dreams for their future. They had planned this journey together, excited for the new possibilities in the West. But fate had other plans. His sudden illness had taken him, leaving Amelia to face the unknown alone. Despite her grief, she held on to hope. The child she carried was a piece of him, a light in her darkness. The leader of the group, Mr. Thompson, was a stern man. He had a clear goal and little patience for delays. He made decisions quickly, steering the group with a firm hand. He often glanced at Amelia, his eyes filled with concern. She could sense his worry, the unease her condition brought to the group. The journey was difficult for everyone, and Amelia knew she slowed them down. Food was scarce, and the settlers rationed their supplies carefully. Each person received a small portion to last the day. Amelia ate less than she needed, saving what she could for the child. Her strength waned, but she pushed on, determined to reach their destination. The promise of a better life kept her going, driving her forward with each step. As they traveled, Amelia found solace in the small moments. The sound of birds in the morning, the way the sun set behind the hills, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. These moments were brief escapes from her reality, reminders that beauty still existed in the world. She cherished them, holding on to them like precious treasures. The other settlers were a varied group. Families with children, single men seeking fortune, and couples like she and Henry had been. They all had their reasons for making the journey, their own stories of loss and hope. Amelia watched them, finding comfort in their shared experience. They were all searching for something, trying to build a new life from the ashes of the old. At night, the group gathered around small fires. They shared stories, laughter, and sometimes tears. Amelia listened, her heart aching with the weight of her own story. She spoke little, her voice often caught in her throat. But she found comfort in their presence, a sense of belonging among these fellow travelers. As the days passed, Amelia grew more tired. Her feet ached, and her back was sore from the constant jostling of the wagon. She longed for rest, for a place to settle and prepare for the arrival of her child. But the road stretched on, with no end in sight. She held on to hope, her thoughts centered on the life she would build for her child. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Amelia sat alone by the fire. The flames flickered, casting shadows on her face. She closed her eyes, picturing Henry beside her. She imagined his smile, the warmth of his hand in hers. A tear slipped down her cheek, and she wiped it away quickly. She had to be strong for herself and for their child. As the night grew colder, Amelia wrapped her blanket tighter around her shoulders. The stars twinkled above, silent witnesses to her journey. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the world pressing down on her. But she was determined to keep moving forward, to find a place where she and her child could thrive. The next morning, the group set out again. Amelia climbed onto the wagon, her body weary but her spirit unbroken. She watched the landscape change around her, the endless plains giving way to rolling hills. Each mile brought her closer to the unknown, to the new life she hoped to find. The path ahead was uncertain, but Amelia held on to hope. She carried Henry's dreams with her, along with the promise of a new beginning. Together with her unborn child, she would face whatever challenges lay ahead. The future was unwritten, but Amelia was ready to embrace it, one step at a time. As the sun rose higher in the sky, Amelia felt a small kick from within her. It was a gentle reminder of the life growing inside her, a symbol of hope and strength. She placed a hand on her belly, a smile tugging at her lips. She was not alone, she carried a piece of Henry with her. And together, they would face whatever lay ahead on this long and arduous journey. The days grew shorter and the air turned crisp as autumn embraced the land. The settlers felt the change in the weather, sensing the approach of winter. Amelia watched the leaves fall, their colors bright against the dull ground. The path ahead was becoming more challenging and the group moved slowly. Mr. Thompson walked with purpose, his eyes scanning the sky. He knew the signs of an approaching storm and his expression was grim. The settlers whispered among themselves, their voices filled with concern. They had heard tales of the fierce blizzards that swept through these parts, and fear settled in their hearts. Amelia could feel the tension in the air. Her own worries grew as the days passed, her thoughts on the safety of her unborn child. The cold bit at her skin, and she wrapped herself tightly in her shawl. She was determined to keep moving, to reach their destination before the storm hit. The group pushed on, each step more difficult than the last. The sky darkened, heavy with the promise of snow. The wind picked up, howling through the trees and sending shivers down their spines. Mr. Thompson called for a halt, gathering the settlers around him. "We must prepare for the worst," he said, his voice steady but firm. "The storm is coming, and we need to find shelter. We cannot afford to be caught out in the open." Amelia listened, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew the dangers of a blizzard, the cold a merciless foe. But she also knew they had little choice. They needed to find a safe place to wait out the storm, to protect themselves and their dwindling supplies. The group began to search for shelter, their eyes scanning the landscape for any sign of cover. They found a small grove of trees, their branches thick with leaves. It was not much, but it would have to do. They set up camp, huddling together for warmth. As the storm approached, Amelia felt a growing sense of unease. She could see the worry etched on Mr. Thompson's face, the lines deepening with each passing hour. He approached her, his expression serious. "Amelia," he said, his voice low, "your condition makes you vulnerable. We cannot afford to slow down. I need you to understand the risks." Amelia nodded, her heart heavy. She knew what he meant, the unspoken words hanging in the air. She was a burden, her pregnancy a liability to the group. But she refused to give up, her determination burning bright. The storm arrived with fury, the wind howling and the snow falling thick and fast. The settlers huddled together, their bodies pressed close for warmth. Amelia shivered, her teeth chattering as the cold seeped into her bones. The hours dragged on, each minute an eternity. The storm showed no sign of letting up, the snow piling high around them. Amelia's thoughts turned to her child, the life she carried within her. She prayed for their safety, her heart aching with fear. As the night wore on, the whispers began. The settlers were anxious, their minds filled with doubt. Amelia could hear them, their voices low but clear. They spoke of her condition, the burden she placed on the group. The words cut deep, each one a blow to her heart. Mr. Thompson stood, his face set in a grim line. He approached the group, his voice rising above the wind. "We must make a decision," he said, his eyes on Amelia. "The storm is relentless and we cannot afford to wait. We need to move, but we cannot take everyone." The settlers murmured among themselves, their voices a mix of agreement and dissent. Amelia felt a chill run through her, colder than the wind around her. She knew what was coming, the decision that lay ahead. The group weighed their options, their minds set on survival. They spoke of the risks, the dangers of leaving someone behind. But the storm was unforgiving and their supplies were low. It was a difficult choice, one that tore at their hearts. Amelia watched, her eyes filled with unshed tears. She knew she was the weakest among them, her condition a constant reminder. But she could not give up, not when there was still hope. She looked at Mr. Thompson, her voice steady despite her fear. "I will not hold you back," she said, her words firm. "I will find my way for myself and for my child." Mr. Thompson nodded, his expression softening. He understood the weight of her words, the strength that lay within her. But the decision had been made and there was no turning back. As the storm raged on, Amelia gathered her belongings. She wrapped herself in her shawl, her heart pounding in her chest. The settlers watched, their eyes filled with regret and sorrow. They knew the risks she faced, the dangers that lay ahead. But Amelia was determined. She stepped into the snow, her footsteps firm and steady. The path was uncertain, but she would not falter. She carried hope within her, a light to guide her through the darkness. The storm was fierce, the wind biting at her skin. But Amelia pressed on, her heart set on survival. She thought of her husband, his dreams for their future. She thought of her child, the life she would protect at all costs. As the night wore on, the storm began to subside. The wind calmed and the snow ceased its relentless fall. Amelia found herself alone, surrounded by silence and the vast expanse of white. But she was not afraid. She had faced the storm and emerged stronger, her spirit unbroken. She would find her way, guided by hope and the promise of a new beginning. With each step she moved forward, her heart filled with determination. The journey was far from over, but Amelia was ready. She would face whatever challenges lay ahead, her resolve as strong as the love she carried within her. The storm had tested her, but it had not defeated her. She was a mother, and she would not be stopped. Amelia stood alone as the storm quieted, the snow still deep around her. The cold was sharp, biting through her thin shawl. She hugged herself, trying to hold on to any warmth she had left. The path was hidden under a blanket of white, and the world felt vast and empty. Her heart ached with the memory of the group moving on without her, but she focused on the small movements within her, the life she carried. She knew she had to move. Staying in one place meant certain danger. Amelia took a deep breath, her resolve firm. She thought of Henry, his smile, and his dreams for their family. She would not let his memory fade. With careful steps, she began to walk, her feet sinking into the snow. Each step was hard, the snow pulling at her legs. Her breath came in short puffs, visible in the cold air. The landscape was silent except for the crunch of snow underfoot. Amelia's mind was clear, focused on putting one foot in front of the other. She had to find shelter, a place safe from the cold and wind. Time passed slowly, the sky above a dull gray. Amelia's thoughts drifted back to the settlers. She understood their fear and their choice, but it still hurt. The whispers of doubt and worry had been real, and they had left her behind. Yet she harbored no bitterness. Survival was a harsh teacher, and she had learned its lessons well. As she walked, her body grew weary. Hunger gnawed at her stomach, and her limbs felt heavy. She paused, leaning against a tree for support. Her thoughts turned inward, speaking silently to her child. She promised safety and love, a better life despite the challenges. The promise gave her strength, urging her to continue. Amelia scanned the horizon, searching for anything that might offer protection. Her eyes caught sight of a cluster of rocks in the distance. It wasn't much, but it was something. She forced her tired legs to move, heading toward the promise of shelter. The rocks provided a small barrier against the wind. Amelia crouched down, feeling the exhaustion in her bones. She closed her eyes for a moment, her mind drifting to memories of warmer days and happier times. She allowed herself this brief respite, knowing she couldn't linger long. Her rest was interrupted by a sound, faint but distinct. Her eyes snapped open, alert and cautious. The noise came again, closer now. It was the sound of footsteps crunching through the snow. Her heart raced, a mix of fear and hope. She turned, her eyes searching the white landscape. Through the haze of snow, a figure emerged. A man, wrapped in furs, moving with purpose. Amelia's heart skipped a beat, her instincts on high alert. The figure stopped a short distance away, watching her with keen eyes. Amelia's mind raced. She was alone and vulnerable, with no way to defend herself. But something in the man's stance, calm and steady, eased her fear. He raised a hand, a gesture of peace. Amelia hesitated, then nodded slightly, acknowledging his presence. The man approached slowly, stopping a few steps away. He spoke, his voice low and unfamiliar. Amelia didn't understand the words, but his tone was gentle. He gestured to the rocks, offering her shelter. She hesitated, but the cold and her exhaustion urged her to accept. Together, they moved to a more sheltered spot among the rocks. The man worked quickly, gathering branches and dry grass. Within moments, a small fire crackled between them. The warmth was a balm, soothing her frozen limbs. Amelia watched him, her curiosity growing. Through gestures and simple words, they began to communicate. His name was Tahoma, and he was a warrior of the Navajo people. He had seen her struggle and chose to help. Amelia felt a wave of gratitude, her relief evident in her eyes. She introduced herself, her voice soft but steady. Tahoma shared some of his food, a gesture of kindness Amelia hadn't expected. She accepted with thanks, the simple meal a welcome relief. As they sat by the fire, she felt a sense of safety she hadn't known for days. The storm had taken her away from the settlers, but perhaps it had led her to something new. The night passed slowly, the fire casting a warm glow over the snow. Amelia felt her eyelids grow heavy, fatigue pulling at her. She knew she needed rest, but fear of the unknown kept her awake. Tahoma seemed to understand, his presence a quiet reassurance. As dawn broke, Amelia felt a renewed sense of purpose. She was not alone anymore. Tahoma had offered her a lifeline, and she was determined to seize it. Together, they would face the challenges ahead, bound by the simple act of survival. The storm had left its mark, but it had not defeated her. Amelia was ready to move forward. to find a place where she and her child could thrive. The journey would be hard, but she was no longer afraid. With Tahoma by her side, she felt a spark of hope. As the sun rose higher, casting light over the snow, Amelia stood. The day was new, filled with possibilities. She turned to Tahoma, a silent question in her eyes. He nodded, understanding her need to move on. Together, they would find a way forward, their paths now intertwined. The journey was far from over, but Amelia was no longer alone. She had found an ally in Tahoma, and perhaps something more. As they set off, leaving the rocks behind, Amelia felt a sense of peace. The future was uncertain, but she was ready to face it, one step at a time. Amelia and Tahoma walked side by side through the snow. The storm had passed, leaving a clear sky and bright sun behind. The air was still cold, but the warmth of the sun was a welcome change. Amelia felt the snow crunch under her feet, each step a reminder of the journey she had taken so far. Tahoma led the way, his movements confident and sure. Amelia watched him, her curiosity growing. She knew little about him, but his presence was calming. He moved with a grace that spoke of years spent in harmony with the land. She felt a flicker of hope, a belief that maybe she had found a path forward. As they walked, Amelia tried to communicate. She wanted to learn more about him, about the life he lived. Tahoma seemed to understand her desire. They spoke in simple words and gestures, a language born of necessity. Slowly, they began to bridge the gap between them. Tahoma shared stories of his tribe, of their connection to the land. He spoke of the mountains and rivers, the animals and plants. Amelia listened, her interest piqued by the tales. She realized there was so much she didn't know, a whole world beyond her understanding. They paused to rest by a small stream, its water clear and cold. Amelia knelt down, cupping her hands to drink. The water was refreshing, a balm to her parched throat. Tahoma watched her, his eyes thoughtful. He seemed to be assessing her, weighing her strength and resolve. Amelia met his gaze, her expression open. She wanted him to see her determination, her will to survive. She was not just a burden, she was a partner ready to face the challenges ahead. Tahoma nodded, a silent acknowledgement of her strength. The sun rose higher, casting long shadows on the ground. Amelia felt the warmth on her face, a reminder of the life within her. She placed a hand on her belly, her thoughts turning to her unborn child. She wanted to give them a future, a life filled with love and safety. Tahoma noticed her gesture, his expression softening. He seemed to understand her unspoken fears and hopes. He pointed to the horizon, indicating a direction. Amelia followed his lead, trusting in his knowledge of the land. As they walked, Tahoma began to teach her. He showed her how to find food, which plants were safe to eat. Amelia watched closely, eager to learn. She realized these skills were vital, a means of survival in the harsh wilderness. Tahoma was patient, his guidance steady and clear. Amelia gathered berries and roots, her hands working quickly. She felt a sense of accomplishment, a small victory in a world filled with challenges. Tahoma's presence was reassuring, a steady support as she learned to navigate this new life. As the day wore on, they found a sheltered spot to rest. Tahoma built a fire, its flames dancing in the fading light. Amelia sat beside him, her body weary but her spirit strong. The warmth of the fire was comforting, a reminder of the safety they had found together. They shared a simple meal, the food nourishing and satisfying. Amelia felt a deep sense of gratitude, her heart light with hope. The world was still uncertain, but she was no longer afraid. With Tahoma by her side, she believed they could face whatever lay ahead. The night was quiet, the stars bright in the sky. Amelia lay on the ground, her eyes watching the twinkling lights above. She thought of Henry, of the dreams they had shared. She hoped he could see her now, see the strength she had found. Beside her, Tahoma was a silent presence, his breathing steady and calm. Amelia turned to him, her thoughts filled with questions. She wanted to know more, to understand the man who had become her ally. But she knew that trust took time, a bond built slowly and carefully. As sleep tugged at her eyes, Amelia felt a sense of peace. She had found a new path, a chance to start over. The road was long, but she was ready. With Tahoma beside her, she believed they could find a place to call home. The morning came softly, the sun rising over the horizon. Amelia woke to the sound of birds, their song a gentle greeting. She stretched, feeling the stiffness in her limbs. Tahoma was already awake, his eyes scanning the landscape. Amelia rose, ready to continue their journey. She felt a sense of purpose, a determination to keep moving forward. The world was vast and filled with unknowns, but she was not alone. She had found a friend, a guide to lead her through the challenges ahead. Together, they set off, their footsteps leaving a trail in the snow. Amelia felt the warmth of the sun on her back, a promise of better days to come. The journey was just beginning, but she was ready. With each step, Amelia felt her confidence grow. She was not the same woman she had been before the storm. She was stronger, wiser, and filled with hope. The future was uncertain, but she was ready to face it one step at a time. As they walked, Amelia felt a bond forming between them, a connection born of shared experiences and trust. Tahoma was more than just an ally, he was a friend, a partner in this new life. Together, they would find a way forward, their path lit by hope and determination. As the days passed, Amelia and Tahoma continued their journey through the vast, snowy landscape. Amelia grew more accustomed to the rhythm of their travel, her steps more sure and her heart lighter. Tahoma was a steady presence, guiding her with confidence and calm. One morning, after they had broken camp and set out again, Tahoma led Amelia toward the base of a small hill. As they climbed, the land opened up before them, revealing a valley below. The sight took Amelia's breath away. It was a place of quiet beauty, with a river winding through the trees and mountains standing guard in the distance. Tahoma gestured toward the valley, his eyes bright with meaning. Amelia understood this was a place of significance to him, a part of his world that he wanted to share. She felt honored by his trust and was eager to learn more about the life he had known. As they descended into the valley, Tahoma began to speak, his words simple but filled with depth. He told her about the land, about its seasons and the life it supported. He spoke of his tribe, the Navajo, and their deep connection to the earth. Amelia listened intently, absorbing each detail. She realized how different her life had been from his. Her world had been one of towns and farms, of people always rushing towards something new. But Tahoma's world was rooted in the present, in the here and now. It was a life of balance where every action had meaning and every choice was made with care. As they walked, Tahoma pointed out plants and animals, explaining their roles in the ecosystem. Amelia marveled at his knowledge and the ease with which he moved through the land. She felt a growing respect for him, for the wisdom he shared so freely. They came to a stop at the riverbank, the water flowing clear and steady. Tahoma knelt and scooped up a handful of water, letting it trickle through his fingers. Amelia followed suit, feeling the cool liquid slip through her hands. It was a simple act, yet it felt deeply significant. Tahoma began to gather sticks and branches, preparing to make a small shelter. Amelia watched, eager to help. Under his guidance, she learned how to construct a framework and weave the branches together. It was hard work, but satisfying, and the end result was a space that would protect them from the elements. As the sun began to set, they sat by the river, sharing a meal of berries and dried meat. The fire crackled softly, its light dancing over their faces. Amelia felt a sense of contentment, a peace she hadn't known in a long time. Tahoma spoke again, his voice soft in the evening air. He told her about his family, about the people he had left behind to explore the world beyond the mountains. Amelia felt a pang of homesickness, her thoughts turning to her own family, far away and unaware of her journey. But she also felt a kinship with Tahoma, a shared understanding of loss and hope. They were both searching for something, a place where they belonged. Amelia felt grateful for his openness, for the way he had welcomed her into his life. The days turned into weeks, and Amelia found herself adapting to this new way of life. She became more skilled at finding food and building shelters, her hands learning the tasks Tahoma taught her. With each new skill, her confidence grew, and she felt more at home in the wilderness. Tahoma continued to share stories of his tribe, their customs and traditions. Amelia was fascinated by the richness of their culture, the way they honored the land and each other. She found herself longing to learn more, to understand the depth of his world. One afternoon, as they rested by a small grove of trees, Tahoma showed her how to make a simple tool from a piece of wood and a sharp stone. Amelia watched, her hands following his movements. She felt a sense of accomplishment as the tool took shape, a tangible reminder of her growing capabilities. As they worked, Tahoma spoke of the importance of community, of the strength found in unity. Amelia thought of the settlers she had traveled with, of the way they had banded together for survival. She realized that, despite their differences, all people needed the support of others. Amelia found herself opening up to Tahoma, sharing stories of her past and her dreams for the future. She spoke of Henry, of the life they had planned together. Tahoma listened with patience and understanding, his presence a comfort. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Amelia felt a connection to Tahoma, a friendship forged in trust and mutual respect. She valued his insights and the knowledge he shared, and she found herself eager to contribute her own strengths to their partnership. The valley became their home, a place of learning and growth. Amelia felt her spirit lift, buoyed by the beauty of the land and the companionship of her new friend. She was no longer the frightened woman left behind in the storm. She was becoming someone new, someone capable and strong. As the days grew shorter and winter approached, Amelia and Tahoma began to prepare for the challenges ahead. They gathered food and materials, building up their supplies. Amelia felt a sense of purpose, a determination to thrive in the face of adversity. With Tahoma's guidance, she learned to see the land as a source of strength, a partner in their journey. She felt a deep gratitude for the lessons she had learned and the friendship she had found. Together, they faced each day with hope and courage, ready to embrace whatever the future held. Amelia knew there were still many unknowns, many challenges to overcome. But she also knew she was not alone. With Tahoma by her side, she felt ready to face the world, to build a new life filled with love and promise. The path ahead was uncertain, but she was ready to walk it one step at a time. The chill of winter was in the air, and Amelia could feel it settling in her bones. Each morning, she woke to find a thin layer of frost on the ground, a reminder of the cold months ahead. The valley, which had been a place of warmth and growth, was now preparing for the harsh season. Amelia and Tahoma worked together, gathering supplies and reinforcing their shelter. They collected wood for the fire, storing it in a dry spot to ensure they would have warmth during the coldest nights. Amelia felt a sense of urgency, driven by the knowledge that they needed to be ready for whatever winter would bring. Tahoma was a patient teacher, showing Amelia how to find food even when the land seemed barren. He taught her to track animals, to recognize the signs they left behind. Amelia found herself watching the ground with new eyes, learning to read the stories written in the earth. One crisp morning, as they walked along the riverbank, Tahoma stopped suddenly. He pointed to a set of tracks in the snow, his expression alert. Amelia followed his gaze, noting the pattern of the prints. They were fresh, a sign that animals were nearby. With Tahoma leading the way, they followed the tracks into the trees. Amelia felt a thrill of excitement, eager to put her new skills to use. The forest was quiet, the only sound the crunch of their footsteps on the snow. As they moved deeper into the woods, Amelia felt a sense of connection to the land. She understood now that every living thing was part of a larger whole, a balance that sustained life. It was a lesson Tahoma had taught her, one she was grateful to have learned. They found the source of the tracks, a small group of deer grazing in a clearing. Amelia watched them, her heart filled with awe. The deer were graceful and serene, their presence a testament to the resilience of life even in the face of winter. Tahoma gestured for them to move quietly, not wanting to disturb the animals. Amelia nodded, understanding the importance of respecting the creatures that shared their world. They backed away slowly, leaving the deer to their peaceful existence. Back at their camp, they sat by the fire, the warmth a welcome relief from the cold. Amelia felt a sense of accomplishment, her confidence growing with each new experience. She was learning to live in harmony with the land, to respect its gifts and its challenges. As they ate their evening meal, Tahoma spoke of trust. He explained that trust was the foundation of their survival, the bond that held them together in the face of adversity. Amelia listened, her heart full of gratitude for the trust they had built between them. She thought of her life before the storm, of the people she had known and the world she had left behind. It seemed so distant now, a memory of a time when she had been a different person. Amelia realized how much she had changed, how much she had grown. Tahoma had become more than just a guide, he was a friend, a partner in her journey. Amelia valued his wisdom and his kindness, the way he had welcomed her into his life. She felt a deep sense of belonging, a connection that went beyond words. As the days passed, Amelia continued to learn. Tahoma showed her how to set traps, how to fish in the icy river. Each new skill was a step toward independence, a way to ensure their survival through the winter. Amelia found herself growing stronger, her body adapting to the demands of their life. She felt a sense of pride in her accomplishments, a confidence she hadn't known before. The challenges she faced were still daunting, but she was no longer afraid. One afternoon, as they sat by the river, Tahoma offered her a gift. It was a small knife, the blade sharp and the handle carved with intricate designs. Amelia accepted it with gratitude, understanding the significance of the gesture. It was a symbol of trust, a tool that would aid her in their shared journey. With the knife, Amelia felt more capable, more prepared to face the world. She practiced using it, her hands steady and sure. It became an extension of her will, a reminder of the strength she had found within herself. The bond between Amelia and Tahoma deepened with each passing day. They worked together seamlessly, their movements synchronized and their goals aligned. Amelia felt a profound sense of unity, a partnership that had grown from shared experiences and mutual respect. As winter settled in, they faced new challenges. The cold was relentless, the nights long and dark. But Amelia was not deterred. She had learned to find warmth in the fire, to draw strength from the land and from Tahoma's presence. Together, they weathered the storms, their bond a source of warmth and light. Amelia felt a sense of peace, a knowledge that she was where she was meant to be. The journey had been difficult, but it had led her to a place of safety and belonging. Amelia knew the road ahead was still uncertain, filled with unknowns and challenges. But she was ready to face it, to continue building a life of purpose and hope. With Tahoma by her side, she felt unstoppable, prepared to embrace whatever the future held. As they sat by the fire, watching the flames flicker in the darkness, Amelia felt a deep sense of contentment. She had found a new path, a new life filled with promise. The world was vast and unpredictable, but she was no longer afraid. With each step, she walked with confidence, her heart open to the possibilities of tomorrow. Winter's grip began to loosen as the days slowly grew longer. The snow melted in patches, revealing the ground beneath. Amelia and Tahoma continued their daily routines, preparing for the season's change. The valley was slowly awakening, a hint of spring in the air. One morning, as they were checking their traps, Amelia noticed a group of people in the distance. Her heart skipped a beat, a mix of hope and apprehension filling her chest. The figures moved slowly, their shapes familiar yet distant. Tahoma noticed them too, his expression cautious. Amelia's thoughts raced. It had been months since she had seen anyone from the settlers. Their journey had taken them far, and she had not expected to encounter them again. But here they were, moving toward her, their faces becoming clearer as they approached. As they drew closer, Amelia recognized a few of the faces. There was Mrs. Harper, who had always been kind, and Mr. Grady, who had shared stories by the fire. Her heart ached with memories of the group she had once traveled with. She wondered what had brought them back. The settlers approached with weary smiles, their eyes scanning the surroundings. They seemed relieved to find Amelia, their expressions a mix of regret and hope. Amelia felt a wave of emotions, unsure of what to say or how to feel. Mr. Grady stepped forward, his face lined with the hardships of their journey. He spoke with sincerity, his voice filled with apology. The group had regretted leaving her behind, he explained. They had realized their mistake and had come back, hoping to find her. Amelia listened, her heart torn. She remembered the fear and loneliness of that night, the way the storm had seemed to swallow her whole. But she also remembered the strength she had found, the new life she had built with Tahoma's help. She looked to Tahoma, who stood quietly by her side. His presence was a comfort, a reminder of the journey they had taken together. She valued the world he had shown her, the life they had created in the valley. The settlers offered her a chance to return, to rejoin the group as they continued their journey west. Amelia felt a pull, a connection to the people she had once known. But she also felt a deep loyalty to Tahoma, to the bond they had forged. She realized she had a choice to make, a decision that would shape her future. Returning to the settlers meant safety and familiarity, but it also meant leaving behind the life she had come to love. Staying with Tahoma meant embracing the unknown, but it also meant staying true to the new path she had chosen. Amelia took a deep breath, her mind clear. She spoke with conviction, her voice steady. She thanked the settlers for their concern, for the effort they had made to find her. But her place was here in the valley with Tahoma. The settlers listened, their expressions a mix of understanding and disappointment. They respected her decision, recognizing the strength it took to forge her own path. Amelia felt a sense of relief, a weight lifting from her shoulders. Mrs. Harper stepped forward, offering Amelia a small package. It was a gift, a token of their shared past. Amelia accepted it with gratitude, her heart full of warmth for the kindness they had shown. As the settlers prepared to leave, Amelia felt a sense of closure. She had made her choice, and it was the right one for her. The valley was her home now, a place of growth and possibility. With a final wave, the settlers turned to continue their journey. Amelia watched them go, her heart light with the knowledge that she had found her place. Tahoma stood beside her, a silent support as they watched the figures disappear into the distance. Amelia felt a renewed sense of purpose, a clarity of vision for the future. She had faced her past and embraced her present, ready to continue building a life filled with love and strength. As the sun set over the valley, casting a warm glow over the land, Amelia knew she had chosen wisely. She was exactly where she was meant to be, surrounded by the beauty of the world and the bond she shared with Tahoma. The days ahead would be challenging, but Amelia was ready. With Tahoma by her side, she felt prepared to face whatever came their way. Together, they would continue their journey, united in hope and determination. Amelia looked at the path before her, the possibilities stretching out like the horizon. She felt a deep sense of peace, knowing she had found not just a home, but a life filled with purpose and connection. The valley was alive with promise, and Amelia was ready to embrace it all. Her journey had brought her to this moment, and she was grateful for every step. With Tahoma, she would continue to explore the beauty of the land and the strength within her heart. As the stars appeared in the sky, Amelia felt a deep sense of belonging. She had found her place in the world, a place where she could thrive. The journey was not over, but with Tahoma, she was ready to face whatever lay ahead. Together, they would walk the path of life, their hearts united in hope and joy. The days continued to grow warmer, signaling the arrival of spring. Amelia and Tahoma worked side by side, tending to the tasks that each new season demanded. The valley was coming alive again, with fresh growth and vibrant colors. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of rushing water from the melting snow. Amelia felt a deep connection to this land, a bond that grew stronger with each day. It was a place of renewal where she had found herself and built a life with Tahoma. Their days were filled with purpose, a rhythm that matched the heartbeat of the earth. One morning, as they were preparing to set out for the day's tasks, Amelia noticed a change in Tahoma. He seemed quieter than usual, his eyes thoughtful. She waited, giving him space to share what was on his mind. After a moment, Tahoma spoke, his voice steady but serious. He had been thinking about the settlers' visit, about the offer they had extended to Amelia. He understood her choice to stay, but he also felt it was important to discuss their future. Amelia listened, her heart open to his words. She knew that their lives were intertwined, their paths joined by mutual respect and understanding. They had built something together, a partnership that was strong and true. Tahoma spoke of loyalty, of the connections that bound people together. He wanted to ensure that Amelia felt free in her choice, that she did not feel bound by obligation. His sincerity touched her deeply, a testament to the trust they had built. Amelia reassured him, her voice filled with warmth. She had chosen to stay because it was where she felt most at home, where she felt she belonged. Her decision was not born of obligation, but of love and respect for the life they had created. Tahoma nodded, his eyes reflecting the relief and gratitude he felt. The bond between them was strong, a connection that went beyond words. Amelia felt a deep sense of peace, knowing they were aligned in their goals and their vision for the future. Despite the resolution, Tahoma expressed a desire to visit his tribe. He wanted to introduce Amelia to his family, to the people who had shaped him. It was important to him that she understood his roots, the culture and traditions that were a part of him. Amelia agreed, her mind filled with curiosity and anticipation. She had learned so much from Tahoma already, but there was still so much more to discover. Meeting his tribe would be an opportunity to deepen her understanding of the world he came from. Together, they prepared for the journey, gathering supplies and planning their route. Amelia felt a sense of excitement, eager to see the world through Tahoma's eyes. It was a chance to connect with his past, to learn from the people who had taught him the values he now lived by. The day of their departure arrived, and Amelia felt a mix of emotions. She was leaving the valley, the place that had become her sanctuary, but she was also venturing into a new chapter of her life. Tahoma's presence was a comfort, a reminder that they were on this journey together. As they walked, the landscape changed around them. The valley gave way to rolling hills and open plains, a vast expanse that stretched to the horizon. Amelia marveled at the beauty of the world, the way each new view brought its own sense of wonder. Tahoma shared stories of his tribe as they traveled, tales of their history and traditions. He spoke of the ceremonies that marked the changing of the seasons, the way his people honored the land and its gifts. Amelia listened, her heart open to the lessons woven into his words. The journey was long, but Amelia felt invigorated by the experience. Each day brought new challenges and discoveries, a chance to grow and learn. She felt a sense of freedom, a joy in the simplicity of their travels. As they approached the area where Tahoma's tribe was settled, Amelia felt a flutter of nerves. She wanted to make a good impression, to show her gratitude for the hospitality she hoped to receive. Tahoma sensed her apprehension, offering her a reassuring smile. They arrived at the tribal settlement just as the sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the land. Amelia's heart raced with anticipation as they were greeted by members of the tribe. The smiles and welcoming gestures eased her nerves, a sign that she was welcome. Tahoma introduced her to his family, and Amelia felt a wave of emotion. These were the people who had shaped him, who had taught him the values he now shared with her. She felt honored to be welcomed into their world, a chance to learn from their wisdom and experience. Over the next few days, Amelia immersed herself in the life of the tribe. She observed their customs, participated in their daily activities, and learned from their stories. The sense of community was strong, a testament to the bonds that held them together. Amelia felt a deep sense of belonging, a connection to the people and the land. She realized that her journey had brought her full circle from a place of uncertainty to a place of acceptance and love. She was grateful for the path she had taken, for the strength she had found within herself. As the days turned to weeks, Amelia and Tahoma prepared to return to the valley. Their time with the tribe had been enriching, a chance to deepen their understanding and strengthen their bond. Amelia felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to continue building a life with Tahoma. The journey back to the valley was filled with reflection, a chance to savor the experiences they had shared. Amelia felt a sense of fulfillment, a knowledge that she was exactly where she was meant to be. As they arrived back in the valley, Amelia felt a sense of peace. The land welcomed them home, a place where they could continue to grow and thrive. With Tahoma by her side, she felt ready to face whatever the future held, their hearts united in hope and love. Spring in the valley brought new life and fresh beginnings. The trees were budding, the river flowed with renewed vigor, and the air was filled with the songs of birds. Amelia felt the energy of the season infuse her spirit, a reflection of the changes she had embraced in her own life. Amelia and Tahoma settled back into the rhythm of their days. They worked together to prepare for the coming months, planting seeds and tending to the land. The valley was their home, a place where they could thrive and build a future together. Their bond had grown stronger during their journey to visit Tahoma's tribe. Amelia felt a deep connection to him, a trust that went beyond words. They communicated with ease, their partnership rooted in mutual respect and shared goals. One morning, as they were working in the garden, Tahoma paused to look at Amelia. There was a warmth in his eyes, a reflection of the life they were building. He spoke of the future, of the dreams they both held dear. Amelia listened, her heart open to the possibilities. Tahoma wanted to expand their home, to create a space that could accommodate a growing family. Amelia felt a flutter of excitement at the thought. She had found a place where she belonged, and the idea of building a life here filled her with joy. They discussed their plans, sharing ideas and hopes. Amelia felt a sense of purpose, a determination to create a home that would nurture and protect. The valley was their sanctuary, and she wanted it to be a place where they could welcome new life. As they worked, Amelia noticed a change in herself. She felt stronger, both physically and emotionally. The skills she had learned from Tahoma had given her confidence, a belief in her ability to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their days were filled with laughter and hard work, a balance that brought contentment. Amelia felt a deep sense of satisfaction, a knowledge that she was contributing to something greater than herself. The land responded to their care, yielding its gifts in abundance. As they built their home, Amelia thought of the family she had left behind, of the dreams she had once shared with Henry. She felt a sense of peace, knowing that she was honoring his memory by living fully, by embracing the life she had now. One afternoon, as they took a break from their work, Tahoma shared more stories of his people. He spoke of their customs, of the way they celebrated the changing seasons. Amelia listened, eager to learn and to understand the rich tapestry of his culture. The stories resonated with her, a reminder of the importance of community and connection. Amelia felt a deep appreciation for the wisdom Tahoma shared, for the way he had welcomed her into his world. She was grateful for the journey they had taken together, for the strength they had found in each other. As the days turned into weeks, the changes in the valley mirrored the changes in their lives. The plants they had sown began to grow, a symbol of the life they were nurturing. Amelia felt a sense of wonder, a recognition of the cycles of life that connected them all. Their relationship deepened, a partnership built on trust and love. Amelia felt a sense of belonging, a knowledge that she was exactly where she was meant to be. The future was bright, filled with hope and promise. One evening, as the sun set over the valley, Tahoma took Amelia's hand. He spoke of the journey they had taken, of the challenges they had faced and overcome. Amelia felt a surge of love, a gratitude for the life they were building together. Tahoma expressed his desire to formalize their bond, to commit to a shared future. Amelia's heart soared. Her eyes filled with tears of joy. She felt a sense of certainty, a knowledge that she wanted to spend her life with him. They decided to hold a simple ceremony, a celebration of their commitment to each other and to the life they were creating. Amelia felt a sense of peace, a knowledge that she had found her place in the world. The ceremony was held under the open sky, surrounded by the beauty of the valley. Amelia felt the presence of those she loved, both near and far, as she and Tahoma exchanged promises. Their vows were simple but heartfelt, a reflection of the bond they shared. As they stood together, Amelia felt a deep sense of joy. She had found love and belonging, a future filled with possibilities. The journey had been long and sometimes difficult, but it had led her to this moment, to a place of hope and happiness. The day was filled with celebration, a gathering of friends and community. Amelia felt surrounded by warmth and love, a testament to the strength of the connections they had built. She was grateful for the journey, for the challenges that had shaped her and the love that had guided her. As night fell and the stars appeared in the sky, Amelia and Tahoma sat together, their hearts full. The future was bright, filled with dreams and possibilities. Together, they would continue to build a life of purpose and love, united in hope and joy. As summer unfolded, the valley thrived under the warm sun. Amelia and Tahoma continued to work tirelessly, their days filled with the tasks of the season. The garden flourished, yielding vegetables and herbs that would sustain them. The land was generous, a testament to their care and dedication. But with the season's bounty came new challenges. The heat was relentless, the days long and demanding. Amelia felt the weight of the work, the strain of keeping up with the demands of their growing homestead. Yet, she was not deterred. The life they were building was worth every effort. One afternoon, as they were tending to the garden, Tahoma noticed signs of trouble. The sky, usually clear and bright, had darkened ominously. Clouds gathered on the horizon, signaling an approaching storm. Amelia felt a twinge of anxiety, memories of past storms stirring within her. Tahoma was calm but alert, assessing the situation with practiced eyes. He suggested they secure their belongings and prepare for the worst. Amelia nodded, trusting his judgment. Together, they moved quickly, gathering tools and securing the shelter. As the storm approached, the wind picked up, rustling the leaves and bending the branches. Amelia felt the first drops of rain cold against her skin. She braced herself, knowing they needed to be ready for whatever the storm would bring. The rain began to fall in earnest, a steady downpour that soaked the ground. Amelia and Tahoma took shelter inside, listening to the rhythm of the storm. It was a fierce reminder of nature's power, a force that could not be controlled. The storm raged on, the wind howling outside. Amelia felt a sense of unease, her thoughts turning to their crops and the work they had invested in the garden. She knew the storm could bring destruction, undoing their efforts in a matter of hours. Tahoma sensed her worry, his presence a steadying force. He spoke of resilience, of the strength they had found in each other. Amelia listened, drawing comfort from his words. They had faced challenges before, and they would face this one together. As the hours passed, the storm began to subside. The rain lessened, the wind calmed, and the clouds slowly parted to reveal a pale sky. Amelia and Tahoma emerged from their shelter, eager to assess the damage. The garden had suffered, the plants bent and battered by the storm. Amelia felt a pang of loss, but she was determined not to be defeated. She and Tahoma set to work, salvaging what they could and replanting where necessary. It was hard work, but Amelia felt a sense of purpose. The storm had tested their resolve, but it had not broken them. With Tahoma by her side, she felt capable of overcoming any obstacle. Their efforts were rewarded as the garden slowly began to recover. The plants, resilient and strong, pushed through the soil, reaching for the sun. Amelia felt a sense of triumph, a reminder of the power of perseverance. The storm had left its mark, but it had also strengthened their bond. Amelia felt a deep appreciation for the life they were building, for the love and determination that guided them. She knew that together they could face whatever challenges lay ahead. As the days turned to weeks, the valley continued to thrive. Amelia and Tahoma worked side by side, their partnership a testament to their commitment and love. The land responded to their care, yielding its gifts in abundance. Amelia felt a deep connection to the earth, a knowledge that she was part of something greater than herself. The The challenges they faced were part of the cycle of life, a reminder of the resilience and strength that lay within. The summer days were long, but they were filled with joy and purpose. Amelia felt a sense of fulfillment, a knowledge that she was exactly where she was meant to be. The valley was their home, a place where they could thrive and grow. As the season began to change, Amelia felt a sense of anticipation. The future was bright, filled with possibility and hope. She and Tahoma had built a life of love and purpose, a testament to their shared dreams and determination. Amelia knew that challenges would come, but she was ready to face them. With Tahoma by her side, she felt prepared to embrace whatever the future held. Together, they would continue to build a life of strength and resilience, united in hope and joy. The storm had tested them, but it had also brought them closer. Amelia felt a deep sense of gratitude, a knowledge that she had found her place in the world. The journey had been long, but it had led her to a life filled with love and promise. As the sun set on another day, Amelia and Tahoma sat together, their hearts full. The valley stretched out before them, a testament to their hard work and dedication. Amelia felt a sense of peace, a knowledge that she was exactly where she was meant to be. The future was bright, and with Tahoma, she was ready to face it. Together, they would continue their journey, united in hope and love, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. The days of summer slowly gave way to the crisp air of autumn. The leaves turned shades of gold and red, painting the valley with vibrant colors. Amelia and Tahoma continued their work, preparing for the harvest and the colder months ahead. The land was generous, offering its bounty as a reward for their hard work. Amelia felt a sense of fulfillment as they gathered the fruits of their labor. The baskets filled with vegetables and grains, a testament to their dedication and care. Each day brought new tasks, but also a deeper connection to the rhythm of the earth. One afternoon, Tahoma approached Amelia with a thoughtful expression. He had been considering a new possibility for their future, a step that would deepen their bond. Amelia listened, her heart open to his words. Tahoma spoke of unity, of the desire to formalize their commitment. He wanted to honor their partnership with a ceremony, a celebration of their shared life. Amelia felt a rush of emotion, her heart filled with love and gratitude. The idea of a ceremony was both exciting and meaningful. Amelia had found a home in the valley, a place where she belonged. The thought of formalizing their union was a natural progression, a way to honor the life they had built together. They discussed the details, eager to create a day that reflected their values and dreams. Amelia wanted the ceremony to be simple, a celebration of the love and respect they shared. Tahoma agreed, his eyes bright with anticipation. They decided to hold the ceremony in the valley, surrounded by the beauty of the land. Amelia felt a deep connection to this place, a bond that had grown with each passing season. The valley was their sanctuary, a testament to their journey and their love. As they planned, Amelia thought of the people who had supported them along the way. She wanted the ceremony to be a gathering of friends and community, a chance to share their joy and gratitude. Tahoma agreed, recognizing the importance of connection and shared experiences. The day of the ceremony arrived, and the valley was alive with anticipation. Amelia felt a mix of excitement and calm, a knowledge that this was the right step for them. She prepared for the day with care, her heart full of hope and love. Friends and community members gathered, their faces filled with warmth and happiness. Amelia felt surrounded by love, a reflection of the bonds they had built. The ceremony was simple but meaningful, a celebration of their commitment to each other and the life they had created. As Amelia and Tahoma exchanged vows, she felt a deep sense of peace. Their promises were heartfelt and sincere, a reflection of the journey they had taken together. The valley stood as a witness, a reminder of the strength and resilience they had found in each other. The ceremony was followed by a celebration, a chance to share their joy with those they held dear. Amelia felt a sense of gratitude for the presence of friends and community, for the support and love they had received. The day was filled with laughter and music, a testament to the happiness they had found. Amelia felt a deep sense of fulfillment, a knowledge that she was exactly where she was meant to be. The journey had been long and sometimes difficult, but it had led her to a life filled with love and promise. As the sun set and the stars appeared in the sky, Amelia and Tahoma sat together, their hearts full. The future was bright, filled with dreams and possibilities. Together, they would continue to build a life of purpose and love, united in hope and joy. The ceremony had deepened their bond, a reminder of the strength and commitment they shared. Amelia felt a sense of peace, a knowledge that she had found her place in the world. The valley was their home, a place where they could thrive and grow. The days ahead would bring new challenges and experiences, but Amelia was ready. With Tahoma by her side, she felt prepared to face whatever the future held. Their journey was far from over, but with love and determination they would continue to build a life of hope and joy. As they watched the stars twinkle above, Amelia felt a deep sense of gratitude. She had found love and belonging, a future filled with possibilities. The journey had brought her to this moment, and she was grateful for every step. With Tahoma, she was ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. Together, they would walk the path of life, their hearts united in hope and joy. The future was bright, and with Tahoma, she was ready to face it. Together, they would continue their journey, united in love and purpose, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. As autumn deepened, the valley prepared for the chill of winter. Amelia and Tahoma focused on readying their home for the colder months. The garden had been harvested and the last of the crops stored. Amelia felt a sense of satisfaction knowing they had enough to see them through the winter. Their home was warm and inviting, a testament to their hard work and care. Amelia felt a deep sense of belonging, a connection to the life they had built together. The valley was their sanctuary, a place where they could thrive. One morning, Amelia awoke with a sense of anticipation. She had felt changes within her, a sign that new life was stirring. The realization filled her with wonder and excitement. She shared the news with Tahoma, her heart full of love and hope. Tahoma's eyes lit up with joy, a reflection of the happiness Amelia felt. They embraced, their hearts united in the promise of new beginnings. The thought of welcoming a child filled them with anticipation, a new chapter in their shared journey. Amelia felt a mix of emotions, a blend of excitement and responsibility. She wanted to create a safe and loving environment for their child, a place where they could grow and learn. Tahoma shared her vision, eager to contribute to the life they would build as a family. Together, they made preparations, ensuring their home was ready for the arrival of their child. Amelia felt a sense of purpose, a determination to provide the best life possible. The valley was a place of beauty and promise, a nurturing environment for their growing family. As the days passed, Amelia felt the changes in her body, a reminder of the life she carried. She embraced the experience, cherishing each moment as a gift. Tahoma was a constant support, his presence a source of strength and comfort. The community rallied around them, offering assistance and encouragement. Amelia felt surrounded by love and support, a reminder of the connections they had built. The valley was more than just a place, it was a community, a network of friendships that enriched their lives. Amelia learned from the women in the community, gaining knowledge and wisdom about motherhood. She felt grateful for their guidance, their willingness to share their experiences. The bond between them grew stronger, a testament to the power of shared experiences. The days turned into weeks, and Amelia felt a sense of anticipation building. She looked forward to meeting their child, to welcoming them into the world. The future was bright, filled with dreams and possibilities. As the first snow fell, Amelia felt a sense of calm. The valley was blanketed in white, a reminder of the cycles of life. The world was at peace, and she felt a deep connection to the earth and its rhythms. One evening, as they sat by the fire, Amelia felt the first signs that their child was ready to arrive. Her heart raced with excitement and a hint of nervousness. Tahoma was by her side, his presence a source of strength and reassurance. The community gathered to support them, offering guidance and assistance. Amelia felt a sense of gratitude, surrounded by people who cared for her and her family. The warmth of their presence eased her fears, a reminder that she was not alone. The hours passed, each one bringing them closer to meeting their child. Amelia focused on her breathing, her thoughts centered on the life she was about to welcome. Tahoma's hand in hers was a steadying force, a reminder of their shared journey. Finally, as dawn broke over the valley, their child arrived. The moment was filled with emotion, a culmination of their hopes and dreams. Amelia held their child in her arms, her heart overflowing with love and joy. Tahoma looked at their child with awe, his expression one of pure happiness. Together, they marveled at the new life they had brought into the world. The valley was silent, the only sound the gentle cooing of their child. Amelia felt a deep sense of fulfillment, a knowledge that she had found her purpose. She was a mother, and her heart was full. The journey had been long, but it had led her to this moment, a life filled with love and promise. The community celebrated with them, their joy a reflection of the happiness Amelia and Tahoma felt. The valley was alive with warmth and laughter, a testament to the strength of their connections. As night fell, Amelia and Tahoma sat together, their child cradled between them. The stars twinkled above, a reminder of the vastness of the world and the possibilities that lay ahead. Amelia felt a deep sense of peace, knowing she was exactly where she was meant to be. The future was bright, filled with dreams and possibilities. With Tahoma by her side, she was ready to embrace whatever lay ahead, their hearts united in hope and joy. Together, they would continue their journey, building a life of purpose and love, ready to face the world as a family. The days after their child's arrival were filled with a new rhythm. Amelia and Tahoma adjusted to the changes, their lives now centered around the tiny being they had welcomed into the world. The valley seemed even more alive, the air filled with the soft sounds of their babies breathing and gentle coos. Amelia felt a profound sense of purpose. Each day was a new adventure, a chance to learn and grow as a family. Her heart was full of love for her child, a love that deepened with each moment spent together. She cherished the quiet mornings, the time spent cradling her baby, while the world outside slowly awoke. Tahoma was a devoted father, his gentle nature a comfort to both Amelia and their child. He took on his new role with grace, eager to be part of every moment. His presence was a steadying force, a reminder of the strength and love that bound them together. The community continued to support them, offering guidance and encouragement. Amelia felt grateful for their kindness, the way they had embraced her family. The valley was more than a home. It was a network of connections that enriched their lives. As winter settled in, their days took on a cozy rhythm. The snow blanketed the valley, creating a peaceful, quiet world outside their door. Inside, their home was warm and inviting, filled with the sounds of family life. Amelia and Tahoma worked together, balancing the demands of parenthood with the needs of their homestead. They shared responsibilities, each contributing to the well-being of their family. It was a partnership that had grown stronger with each challenge and triumph. Amelia found joy in the simple moments, the feel of her baby's tiny hand grasping her finger, the way Tahoma's eyes lit up when he held their child. These were the moments that filled her heart with happiness, reminders of the love that surrounded them. As their child grew, Amelia marveled at each new milestone. The first smiles, the tentative coos, and the curious eyes taking in the world. She felt a sense of wonder, a gratitude for the opportunity to witness these moments. Tahoma shared in her joy, his pride evident in the way he spoke about their baby. Together, they celebrated each achievement, no matter how small. Their child's laughter was a melody, a bright note in the harmony of their lives. The winter months passed, and the promise of spring was in the air. Amelia felt a sense of renewal, a readiness to embrace the changes the new season would bring. She looked forward to introducing their child to the wonders of the valley, to the beauty of the world around them. As the snow melted and the earth began to thaw, Amelia and Tahoma prepared for the planting season. Their child was always with them, bundled against the chill, a constant reminder of the life they had created. The community continued to be a source of support and friendship. Amelia felt a deep connection to the people around her, a bond that had strengthened over time. She was grateful for their presence, for the way they had welcomed her family with open arms. One day, as they worked in the garden, Amelia reflected on her journey. She thought of the path that had brought her here, of the challenges and joys she had experienced. Her heart was full of gratitude, a knowledge that each step had led her to a life filled with love and purpose. Tahoma sensed her thoughts, offering her a smile that spoke of understanding. He, too, had found fulfillment in their life together, a peace that came from knowing they were exactly where they were meant to be. As their child grew, Amelia and Tahoma looked forward to the future, to the adventures and experiences that awaited them. They knew that challenges would come, but they were ready to face them together, their hearts united in hope and love. The valley was their home, a place where they could nurture their dreams and build a future. Amelia felt a deep sense of peace, a knowledge that she had found her place in the world. With Tahoma by her side, she was ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. Their journey had brought them to this moment, a life filled with promise and joy. Amelia was grateful for every step, for the love and support that had guided them along the way. Together, they would continue to build a life of purpose, united in their commitment to each other and their family. As the sun set over the valley, casting a warm glow over the land, Amelia felt a deep sense of contentment. She had found her place, a life filled with love and happiness. The journey was far from over, but with Tahoma and their child, she was ready to face whatever the future held. Together, they would walk the path of life, their hearts united in hope and joy. The future was bright, filled with dreams and possibilities. With love and determination, they would continue their journey, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. If you loved the story, like the video and subscribe.